Hello everybody, my name is Alex, and I have a new desk set up. My light's over here now, and I finally got a desk up here. Oh my gosh, it was tedious. Anyway, I'm reacting to the Odd Ones Out comic, and it's annoying customers featuring Jaden animations. Now, if you haven't heard of these people, oh my gosh, what are you doing with your life? How do you not know who they are? They are like, okay, I know him because of Tony V Toons and Jaden Animations, and I know Tony V Toons through Jaden Animations, and Jaden Animations through just I Has Cupquake, which barely anybody knows. You ignore her subscriber count. Ignore. You all don't see shit. Shh.
Hey, this is kind of like a part 2
Okay.
video. I mean, you don't have to.
Okay, here we go. His things are kind of meh, but they're good.
Seen the part 1 video to understand what I talk about in this video, but I mean, if you haven't watched part 1, you should. So I used to work at Subway, and to be honest, about 80% of the customers were fine. Sometimes they would do something that would just personally annoy me, like ask for a meatball on flatbread. So don't feel too bad for me. Like sometimes people would ask me, can I have a turkey with lettuce, tomatoes? Whoa, slow down. What kind of bread? Footlong or 6-inch? What kind of cheese? Is it toasted? Then we'll talk about vegetables. And every time someone brought in a list, there would always be something missing on it. Always. I never had someone come in with a complete list. I would ask someone, what kind of cheese? And they would say, they didn't specify. Well then, if they didn't care enough to remember cheese, I guess they'll get Swiss. If anyone watching is currently working at a Subway, then feel free to use these tricks. If someone asked me,
what kind of cheese do you recommend?
I would always say provolone, because it's the easiest cheese to pull apart with gloves on. Really, if anyone asked me what I recommended, I would just tell them the easiest thing for me to do. But even after I gave my insightful provolone cheese recommendation, sometimes people would still say,
I'll take American.
Why do you even ask me what cheese I would recommend if you're not going to take it seriously? Another thing that would annoy me is when people would say the sandwich was all done, but they didn't put any sauce on it. So I would ask, any sauce? And then they would be like, oh yeah, mayonnaise. Oh, why did you tell me it was all done if it wasn't? Also, the receipt machine at the store took like 7 seconds to print out the receipt. So it would be very awkward every time I would ask people, do you want your receipt? And then they would say yes, and then we would just stare at each other until the receipt printed. So what I did every time someone swiped their credit card, I would just stare off into space, and in my head I would count to 5, and then I would ask, do you want your receipt? And by the time they said yes, it was like magic. As soon as they said yes, the receipt printed. At Subway, you only work with one other person. So if someone got annoyed and said, let me talk to your manager, I would just look at them and go, listen, I've been here the longest. The only other person in this store is a 16-year-old girl, and she technically isn't old enough to use a toaster, so I'm probably your best bet. I'm the manager. Like, do people think the manager will automatically take their side and give them free stuff? Yes, actually they do think that, because it happens all the time. I would consider myself a pretty laid-back Subway employee. I didn't like to be stingy with people, even though I was disobeying the Subway formula on purpose. Oh, you want more than 6 olives on your foot long? Sure. Here, have a 5th slice of cheese. $1.50 for avocado. I'll charge you 75 cents, buddy. I probably shouldn't be saying these things, in case this whole YouTube thing flops and I need a job. So I wasn't really strict on the rules. You know those fast food workers who are strict? No, we won't serve breakfast at 10:02. Get out. But being pretty laid back still didn't stop people from being annoying. So this one person comes in and asks for 2 foot-long pastrami sandwiches. And pastrami is our most expensive sandwich. It's about $10 for a foot-long. And guys, the pastrami is super good. But I wouldn't pay for it. I mean, it's good, yeah, but I'm not paying $10 for a foot-long. It's not worth it. So this guy, I make his 2 sandwiches, I ring him up and I say, that'll be $20. And I guess he didn't look at the price of the sandwich on the menu, or he thought we still did the $5 footlongs, because he said to me, I ain't paying for that. And this is when I was just starting out. I only had like a week of experience. And after he said that, I responded, well, shoot. I guess you're not paying for it. I didn't know people could do that. Hey, I want this. All right, that's $20. Nah, you don't want it? No, I want it. I'm just not paying for it. Okay, no, but actually, we did come up with a compromise. He told me that he had $12, so he ended up paying for one of the sandwiches, and I got to eat the other one. So it all worked out. This one time I was making a sandwich for a guy with a very heavy accent, and he asks for onions on the side. No big deal. We at Suabwe put vegetables in little cups all the time. I actually got a soup cup because the on the side cups are teeny tiny, and I start doing my thing, but then he says, no, on the side. And I think, oh, he's getting a foot long. He probably wants onions on half of it, but not the other. So I start putting onions on half the sub, but then again he says, no, on the side. At this point, I don't know what this guy wants. So I ask him, on the side of what? And then he screams, onions! And I never figured out what he was trying to say. This one old gentleman asks for sauce to be put on his vegetables, and normally we put it on top of the sandwich with the meat. And I didn't know if I heard him correctly because I put the sauce on and then I closed the sandwich. So your sauce would have been in the same place either way. One time, this woman tipped me and Corey $40. She wasn't annoying, I just want to sprinkle in some good customer stories. Okay, one time this Native American person came in, and I don't know if mentioning that was important to the story. He comes in and asks for 5-foot-long tunas. Okay, Tyler, just me and you, let's do this. And then when we're all finished, we ring him up and we say, anything else? And he says, 7 meatballs. What? He wanted 7 more sandwiches. But James, you're Suabwe. You're supposed to make people sandwiches regardless of how many they ask for. Yeah, I know, but the guy could have handled it differently. Normally for a platter, you have to call in at least an hour ahead, and that's only 5-foot-longs. This guy could have called ahead and said, hey, I'm getting 12 sandwiches, so just prepare yourselves. Mentally. I mean, we had so many customers waiting in line. No, we didn't. That's a lie. It was only him. But still, this one woman, I was making her sandwich, and for vegetables, she asked for extra lettuce. So I put on a big handful, but then she asks for more. So I put more on. More. Let's sprinkle some on. More! I won't be able to close the sandwich with any more lettuce. And she says, that's fine. All right, extra lettuce it is. So I ended up giving her an open sandwich with a mountain of lettuce. You know we do salads, right? When I was little, I always thought if I was working at a store and someone tried to rob me, I wouldn't give them any money. But now it's like, psh, I ain't risking my life for Suabwe. Here, take the cash register. So thankfully, I've never had anyone pull a gun on me, but I have caught people stealing from us. I was making someone's sandwich, and this one kid asks for just a water cup, so I gave it to him. So I go back to making a sandwich, and I just hear the fuzzy soda sounds being dispensed. And I look over, and the kid is putting soda in the cup. He didn't even try to hide it. When I put soda in a water cup, I at least wait for the employees to go in the back, but I didn't even say anything. I was just like, all right, man. This guy, I totally saw him take a bag of chips, and he hid it under the counter so I couldn't see. So when I rang up his sandwich, I asked, anything else? And he said, nope. All right, whatever. Okay, last story. I was in the back and was playing some Clash of Clans, and we have a computer that shows what the cameras see, and I see this woman who was eating there. She reached over the counter and took 3 large cups, and I did nothing to stop it. You know, I'm the kind of person that's like, the fast food employee is always right. Say if I was eating somewhere, and I asked for a chicken salad, and they said, we only have tuna salad. I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, well, I guess I'm having the tuna salad then. I think people need to realize that these fast food workers are actually people, and not something for you to use to get a free sandwich. I did mean it when I said in the last video that everyone at some point should work in a fast food or...
Crap, I got a text from person. Oh, it's not even a person, it's just in Facebook.
Retail job. It's nuts. Okay, we're done. Look, she's actually putting 6 olives on a foot long. One of them even fell off.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more, and it's going to be by a different person, Tony V Tunes, but it's going to have the odd ones out, animation style. Pooh! I'm okay. Guys, I have a measuring tape. Don't ask why I have a measuring tape. I just wanted a measuring tape. I just wanted a measuring tape by Amerigas. I just wanted a measure tape, or a tape measure. Just to kind of play around with and help me on homework. So you shut up. Shoot, where'd they go? No. No. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Wait, how long does this only go up to? This thing only
Hey guys, Tony V Tunes here, and I'm literally a week away from...
Actually, I need to watch my time on this. 10 minutes. I have 5 minutes left, or else I won't be able to upload this.
Getting my driver's license. So last year I was taking this driver's ed class, right? And it was just like any other normal classroom. You have students, desks, learning, teachers, except my teachers were just kind of absolutely insane.
Now, kids, when driving, you have a 50% chance of living, right? You could die at any moment. Drunk driver, bang. Bunny rabbit, dang, bang, you're dead. Or worse, you may suffer from months in the hospital, recovering. Oi, the mentally and physically scarring experience. On top of that, the bills. The bills alone will kill you. So, who's ready to learn?
I came into this classroom with a giant smile on my face, ready to learn, and now I'm leaving like I never want to leave my room again. The class only lasted about 2 weeks, and it wasn't all bad. I actually learned a lot about driving. After that, we all got our permits, and it was time to drive. So once every few weeks, we got with a teacher, and we would drive around the neighborhood for a little bit, just to kind of get the feel of driving. She would take us to the roads if we're good enough. And I don't know if it was just my school, but these teachers never stop talking. Like, I'm a brand new driver. How am I going to concentrate on not killing us with this in my ear for 2 hours?
I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't really care about me anymore. And sometimes I feel like I annoy him, but he loves me. I know he does. He's taking me out this weekend. He promised. We're probably getting married because it's true love.
And we had multiple teachers, so here comes the other one talking about death again. It's always fun.
See that car right there? Could have killed you.
Thank you for making this terrifying experience even more terrifying. Doing a good job. We also had to have an hour of observations because, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. It's basically where they say, hey, you sit in the backseat and watch this other terrified child try not to kill us, and you can learn from his mistakes.
Okay.
Sounds good. Seems pretty simple, right? All you have to do is sit in the back seat. You can do anything. You can watch YouTube videos, text people, go on Twitter. But what if I told you that the kids talk just as much as the teachers do? I'm not even joking. You thought the teachers were bad. The kids are worse.
So I got a new guy from the shelter last week, and OMG, it is literally the cutest thing ever. Did you know cats could foam with the mouth on command? It was literally so adorable. It kind of tried to kill me last night, but I'm sure it was just getting used to me.
I just can't win. I can't do it. I had this one teacher, this one guy. He was this kind of old dude, and the entire car ride was like this. Turn left. Turn right. And when our drive was over, he just got out of the car and looked at me and said, good job. Thanks, man. Yeah. I never drove with him again. Sadly, it was back to
Shelter last week, and OMG, it is literally the cutest.
Anyways, that's my experience in driver's ed class.
I'm not, if it's anything like, I'm not doing driver's ed, I'm walking everywhere. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. Yeah.